Come close, little explorer. Today we're going on a wild adventure inside the story of medicine. Long, long ago, when people got sick, they didn't have big hospitals or shiny machines. They only had ideas. This was called Medicine 1.0. The hum. I think it works this way. Time. In ancient China, wise doctors watched the wind, the sun, and the seasons. They believed the body was like a tiny universe. They talked about yin and yang and the 5 elements. They said the body needed balance. If someone felt sick, maybe their balance was wobbly, like a chair with one short leg. So doctors used tiny needles, acupuncture, and special plants and herbs to help the body rebalance. They wrote important books like Huangdi Neijing and Shanghan Lun. TCM doctors still read them today. Far away in ancient Greece, another idea was growing. A doctor named Hippocrates believed the body had 4 special liquids inside: blood, phlegm, yellow bile, black bile. If the liquids were balanced, you felt good. If they were not, So what did doctors do when someone had a fever? They let out blood. Yes, they thought taking some blood out would fix the balance. Sometimes it helped, sometimes it didn't. For hundreds and hundreds of years, people guessed what was happening inside the body. They couldn't see the tiny world within. Then something amazing happened. Medicine got new superpowers. This was Medicine 2.0. The now we can see it time. Scientists invented microscopes. They looked closer and closer and closer. And guess what they found? Tiny living things, germs. A scientist named Louis Pasteur said, "These tiny germs can make people sick." Another scientist, Robert Koch, proved which germs caused which diseases. Doctors finally understood it wasn't bad liquids. It was invisible invaders. Then a doctor named Joseph Lister had a big idea. What if we clean everything before surgery? He washed tools. He cleaned hands. He disinfected wounds. Fewer people died. It was a miracle. Soon doctors learned how to help people sleep during surgery. No more screaming. No more rushing. They discovered medicines like penicillin that could kill bacteria. Zap. Goodbye, germs. Medicine 2.0 was powerful. If something was broken, cut it out. If germs attack, destroy them. Years passed. Science grew smarter. Computers arrived, and medicine changed again. Welcome to Medicine 3.0, the super smart and super precise time. Now scientists can read the body's instruction book. Do you know what it's called? DNA. DNA is like a recipe book inside every cell that tells your body how to grow. Doctors can now look at your genes and guess what illnesses you might get someday. That means they can help you before you even get sick. There are special medicines that only attack bad cells like tiny guided rockets. There are treatments that train your immune system to fight cancer like brave soldiers. Scientists can even use tools like CRISPR to fix broken genes. It's like editing a spelling mistake in your body's recipe book. Medicine 3.0 isn't just about fixing, it's about preventing, protecting, personalizing. And guess what? Some old ideas are becoming important again. Doctors now realize that health is about the whole body: sleep, food, feelings, and balance. So today, medicine is a team, ancient wisdom, modern science, future technology. From guessing, to seeing, to editing genes, what a journey. And who knows? Maybe one day you will discover Medicine 4.0. Maybe you'll invent a new cure. Or design a kinder hospital. Because medicine is really about helping people feel better. And that, little explorer, is the most amazing adventure of all. This is the audio and animation for the children's picture book, The Amazing Adventure of Medicine by Joseph Cheney, published on the Amazon platforms. People who need this book, or those who want to cultivate children's reading habits, can purchase it on the Amazon platforms.